Hi guys, it's Emmarie, and in today's video I have 10 hairstyles for you that only take 1 minute or less. That hopefully you can incorporate a couple of them into your daily routine, weekly routine, whatever, so you can feel like beautiful and amazing super fast because you are enough. Most of these will work on long hair and medium length hair, and about half of them will work on short hair, or you could adjust to make them work on shorter hair. Okay, let's get into the video. Okay, so you're going to take a section of hair on the deeper side of your part. You want it to be a little bit of a thicker section because we're not going to be incorporating hair. You're going to take that section, divide it in half, and just start twisting it. You don't have to do a rope braid necessarily, you just need to twist the sections together. As I'm twisting down, I'm just stopping for literally 2 seconds, kind of pulling out the strands a little bit to make it a little bit more full. I'm not gonna like worry about each individual strand looking like voluminous, but I'm just going to twist it down to about my shoulder-ish, just far enough that it can reach like the opposite side of the back of my head. And then I'm going to take some bobby pins and drape that braid across the back of my head and pin it in place. You want it to just go just a little bit further from the center. That's all you really need. The best way to use the fused bobby pins is to make sure to not grab a big chunk of hair, but take littler sections, which sounds like the opposite of what you're supposed to do. But especially if you have good bobby pins, they don't need a ton of hair to grab onto stuff. And then you're just going to take a section on the opposite side that's about the same thickness. It doesn't need to be quite as thick. And you're just going to drape it over towards the back of your head and try to cover up the bobby pins as you're draping it back. And then you're just going to kind of find the opposite side of where you pinned your braid, twist the ends just one time to make it a little bit easier to then tuck it underneath the braid to hide kind of where you're going to place the other bobby pins. And you can just use as many bobby pins as you need. Remember, try to take littler sections. That twist is going to make sure that you don't need to like pin each individual strand because we didn't really braid the section on this side. But yeah, just pin it underneath the braid and fix anything you need to, and that's it. If you have short hair, I recommend actually adding in a couple of pieces to the first few sections just so your hair can be long enough to reach the back, or if it still doesn't reach the back, you can just pin it wherever it'll reach and it'll still be cute and they just won't cross in the back necessarily. It'll still be cute though, it's fine. So next, we're doing this really cute bubble bun half updo. So all you're gonna do is take like medium-sized sections from either side towards the front of your head. You can leave some sections down like I did if you want, and you're just going to bring those back and kind of comb them back. You can use your finger if you want it more piecey, or you could use like a comb if you want it like super slick. And you're just going to tie that little section into a elastic. Then you're just going to take a small section of hair. It does not need to be super thick. If you do it too thick, it'll end up looking way too big. So just a smaller section, a few inches underneath the elastic that you just tied, and then combine all that hair together and tie another elastic. And then you're just going to pull up on that ponytail a little bit, and then you'll see a bubble start to form. And then you're just going to start just pulling at little sections to recreate this little cute bubble bun. And you just keep messing with it until you like it. That's it. Okay, so this is just a normal high half ponytail, but it has the really cute triangle part that I have been loving lately. But that takes me about 5 minutes to part out. Okay, so for this one, I have a hack for the people that are like me and are not super duper quick at doing really cool, precise parting. But the night before, you can do the triangle parting. So you just part it like you're about to put it up into the ponytail. I like just to use the front of my eyebrow to kind of decide where I want the triangle to start at the front of my hairline. And then I twist that hair into a bun. And take a baby claw clip and hold it in place. And then if you sleep with your hair down, you could just go to sleep, put it in a braid or whatever you normally do. I put it in a bun, so I just wrap the rest of my hair around the little bun that I made and secure it with a alligator clip. And then when I wake up in the morning, I take out the alligator clip, and then I take out the little baby claw clip, grab all the hair that was in the claw clip so it doesn't like mess up the part, because that'd be really sad. And then just comb it back and stick it in a half ponytail real quick. And then if you have thinner hair like me and your ponytail doesn't quite stay up as high as you want it to, you can just take that claw clip you use to secure your hair and divide your ponytail in half and just like clip it in there, and it gives you a lot more volume. Okay, this one is like one of the easiest ones. Start with a middle part. I'm doing mine just slightly off-centered. So you're just going to take like a triangular section. I guess it depends on your face shape is where you want to take the section, but triangle section, I'm taking mine kind of like from the corner of my eyebrow. You could go up higher if you wanted to. I wouldn't go any lower than that though. Scoop up towards the top of your head. So when you pick up a section, it kind of should look like a triangle. You're just going to take that section and kind of go a little bit closer to your hairline than you normally would for like a half up space bun, and clip it off with just a little baby claw clip, and then do the exact same thing on the other side. I figured out when I was clipping these sections, it was easier, instead of like trying to catch all the hair at once, to twist the ends first and then clip it, because I had a kind of a hard time getting all the hair together in the clip. Okay, so for this side braid, I'm just going to take a section of hair a few inches beneath my part on the deeper side, and I'm just going to be doing a twist braid, so not even a rope braid, just because it's the fastest. If you're faster at another type of braid, do that braid instead. And just go down a few inches until I can reach like a little bit back behind my ear, about where the side braid is going to start. And then I'm just going to take one of those little claw clips and clip it in place. The reason I'm using claw clips is one, they're cute, and two, because they're a lot faster than bobby pins, especially when you're like in a hurry and you only have to use one, at least I do. So if you have a faster way of securing hair, go for that. Plus they're like super cheap. I got 15 for like $2. So, and then once that's secure, I'm just going to gather all my hair onto that side that has the braid, leave a little bit out to frame my face on the opposite side, and then just do the braid I can do the fastest, which is again a rope braid for me. This one I'm actually doing a rope braid, not just a twist, but rope braids are really easy, especially when you just take a few minutes to practice. You just divide your hair in half, twist the individual strands away from your face, and then twist them together towards your face. And you just do that all the way down and tie it off with an elastic or a ponytail. And that's it. Okay, so for this next one, it's really easy. Just sweep all of your hair to one side. You could also do a ponytail right at the base of your neck or right on top. In theory, I just feel like it's the easiest and quickest way to get it into this hairstyle is to do on the side. So put it into a side ponytail, get the ponytail the way you like it, and then you're just going to add another ponytail a few inches down, and then do the same thing we did before with that half up bubble, half up do, where you just tighten the ponytail a little bit, mess with it, pull at it, get the bubble the way you like it, and then do that one more time. If your hair's long enough, you could do a third one. I kind of like just the two, at least, especially because when you're running low on time, it still looks super cute with two. If you had enough time, if you wanted to, you could wrap the ponytails in hair, and that would kind of soften it up a little bit more. But I think it's cute just the way it is. Okay, so for this one, you're just going to sweep all your hair to one side and then divide it into three and start a 3-strand braid. And then depending on your hair length, depending on how far you want to take the braid, you want to go about halfway, just a little bit less even. And then once you reach that length, you're going to tie it off. I'm going to take this cute ponytail with raw stone on it and tie it off to add a little bit of pizzazz. And then I'm just going to take my hands real quick and stretch out the braid. So each hand's grabbing a side of the braid and just pulling really quickly and then pulling on the ponytail. I'm going to take the rest of the hair, divide it in half, and do a quick rope braid. Tie it off with the normal ponytail. You could do another like cute one if you want to, but I kind of like the look of just the stone right in the middle between the braids. And I'm just going to stretch out the rope braid the same way I did the 3-strand braid, and that's it. Okay, so for this next one, you're going to pull all of your hair to the side and then divide it in half, like you're gonna do a rope braid or fishtail braid, and then take a section from the outside of the strand that is furthest away from you. You don't want to be super small, but not super big either, like medium. And then you're going to do an infinity braid. Not all the way down, just for 1 second. So how you do an infinity braid if you've never done it, I'll do just a quick recap, but I will link a tutorial in the description box if you want to see like an in-depth tutorial on how to do one. But essentially you're just making a figure 8 or an infinity sign with that little strand you left out. So you just wrap it around the back of that section and then around the front of the section that's closest to you, and then back around the section that's further away from you, and then back around the section that's closest to you. And you do that a couple times, either until you run out of hair or until you like the way it's looking. And as you're going down, you can kind of like push up or pull down on the strands that are wrapped around your hair to kind of adjust them and make them look a little bit more uniform. So once you get to the end, you want to leave just a little bit more than you might normally would if you were just doing a braid or something like that. And then you're going to bring that end of the strand you've been wrapping around your hair towards the back, and then grab another little section and combine the two and tie it off with a clear elastic and tighten it up, and that's it. Okay, so for this updo, you're going to start by just finger combing the hair that's at the crown of your head towards the back, and then take off your hair, divide it into 3 sections, and bring the sections on the outsides over your shoulders, or you can clip them off if they won't go over your shoulders. And then take the middle section, and we're going to do a knotted bun. And this is the quickest way I know how to do a knotted bun for hair that is around my length or maybe a little bit shorter. You're going to take 2 fingers and you're going to place them right at the base of your head, and then you're going to twist your fingers 368 degrees while holding the ends in your other hand. I have to twist it twice because my hair is so long, but if your hair isn't quite as long as mine, you could probably do it once and it'll be fine. Experiment. Find out what's best for you. And then I take my thumb and the 2 fingers and I open them up and kind of like grab the ends and pull them through, pull the knot up against my head, and then with the ends that are left over, I just kind of wrap them around the knot. If you don't have any leftover ends, you just let them hang, or you could like tuck them under, depending on what kind of look you're going for. And then I just take like 3 bobby pins and secure it. Since it's a knot, it's already kind of like secured against your head. Then I take one of the sections on the side and do the exact same thing. I kind of like to take the buns and pin them together, but yeah, just do that to both sides. And you're done. If your hair is too short to do that technique with a knot, you could do any kind of bun you want. If you want to do a knotted bun still, you could divide the section you want to knot in half and just like tie it in a knot like you tie your shoe. You just like do one or the other and pull and then tuck in the ends, and that's super cute too. But that's it for this one. Okay, so for this updo, I am going to start off by taking this section right in front, scooping up a little like roundest section to make like a little pompadour, push it up and then clip it off with my baby claw clip. I made mine a little bit bigger than I normally would because I know the ponytail is going to, when I tie it off, it's going to like pull out a little bit. So just take that into account. And then I'm going to flip my head upside down and pull it into a high ponytail. When you're trying to do a high ponytail, flip your hair upside down, because then you have gravity working with you to help you like smooth everything out. Okay, and then once that's secure to a high ponytail, I'm just going to do my knotted messy bun. You can do any kind of messy bun you want, but I'm just going to do the same technique I did with the previous updo, where I just twist my fingers around, pull the ends through that little circle that I made, and pull it tight against my head, and then do whatever with the ends and bobby pin it. And I forgot to pull some hair out next to my ears when I was pulling it up into a ponytail, so I'm going to do that right now. If you want to check out my last hair tutorial, you can click right here. If you want to check out my last makeup review, you can click right here. And if you want to subscribe, you can click right here. I love you guys so much, and don't ever forget that you are enough. Bye!